Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Timmy Treacle, and welcome back to my continuing review of the Porky's trilogy. Yes, the first movie in 1982 I reviewed earlier today, and today I'm going to talk to you about Porky's 2, The Next Day. Now, this movie was released on May 24th, 1983. It is a sex comedy movie that received negative reviews with critics. Currently holds a 11% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 4.9 out of 10 on IMDb, but an 82% on Google. Now, this movie had a $7 million budget and it made $33.7 million at the box office. So it didn't have quite the success the first movie did, but still made some nice money. Again, this was written and directed by Bob Clark and co-written with Alan Hornsby and Roger Swaybill. And again, this movie follows the antics of our favorite characters from the first movie. Pee-wee, Tommy, Billy, Meat, Brian, Tim, Wendy, Mr. Carter, Beulah, Ballbreaker, Mickey, Jarvis, and we have a new character, Bill Wiley, who portrays Bubba Flavel in this movie. Now, in this movie, it takes place the day after, or the next day after Pee-wee got laid. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the first movie, but he ends up losing his virginity, and it takes place the exact next day, next morning. And in this movie, we follow them as, in this movie, it focuses more on them doing a school play, and it also centers around racism again. They don't like the fact that a Jew boy is going to be kissing an American white girl. So this fascist group tries to get the play stopped from being done in the school. And it's led by Bubba Flavel and Beulah Ballbreaker. They think it's obscene and just doesn't belong in a high school environment. Along the way, these characters, along with Mr. Carter, fight for the right to do this play. They're doing Romeo and Juliet. And also along the way, the KKK is portrayed in this movie. And their hatred towards the Indians, especially. And in this movie, there's a scene that is one of my favorites. This group of KK members, they end up getting led into this gymnasium where the boys are wanting to give them a trim, basically give them a haircut because of what they did to one of their buddies who happens to be an Indian. And they're sitting there just in the spotlight. They can't see anything else but that little part of the gym. And they're basically saying, well, you better bring the army, boy, because there's no way we're going to get in that a chair. You're going to give us a trim. Well, it turns out they click on the lights, and there's nothing but a full gymnasium of Indians. And let's just say they end up getting trim. But that's in the third act of the movie. Going back to the beginning of the movie, like I said, they want to do this play. Pee-wee is still sex obsessed, along with the guys, of course. They're teenage boys and girls. And of course, Miss Honeywell is no longer there. Coach Goodenough is no longer there. But in this movie, they wanted to play a practical joke. Pee-wee did. And Brian Schwartz and Mickey were trying to get back at them for the Cherry Forever gag in the first movie. Well, that ends up backfiring and everything because Steve is dressed up as like a zombie, and he's supposed to grab this girl as her and Pee-wee are going to have sex and whatnot. But Billy and Tommy and Meat and them flip it on Pee-wee, and they have that girl who's a librarian basically fake her death so they can mess with him. And Pee-wee ends up running naked again out in the middle of nowhere. In the first movie, he does that. He gets picked up by the cops. In this movie, it's the same cops, but they just laugh and drive on, and they leave him. But yeah, this movie has a lot of funny scenes. I think it's a great sequel to the follow-up to Porky's. Uh, Many fans, I would say, of the first movie were probably 50-50 on this one, but I enjoyed it. I really loved this movie. I had a lot of laughs. It's a lot of fun. Yes, you're going to see nudity and everything, but I don't care about. I care about the laughs. I care about these characters. These characters are so funny, and yeah, this movie I think is a tad underrated, in my opinion. I really think this was a good follow up to the first movie. The character development is further along. Uh, they're not only fighting for their rights to do the play, but they're also fighting politicians too who are corrupt, because they're backing Bubba Flavel and Beulah in this movie about how nudity and all that is terrible and it's not good for their eyes. Well, it turns out that these politicians, they watch porno flicks in the basement of the courthouse. And so the boys and them get together to call them out as well. And a lot of things happen in the third act. Uh, the guys in the KKK were stripped of their hoods, and they had to run through this audience naked as Bubba Flavel was giving a speech about his supposed victory over them not doing the play and whatnot. And each time he goes to speak, one of the naked members runs across this little gap between the stands, and it's just a classic scene. My brother, Todd Treacle, when we were roommates years ago, we always used to mess with each other. And it was all fun. It was some fun, just great times. And I remember him calling my name to wake me up. And I opened my bedroom door, and I'm just looking. I'm like, "What do you want?" And he goes running by naked like they did in the movie, and I lost it. I was on the floor laughing. It was so funny because, like him, my brothers, we shave our heads and stuff, and it was just so funny. But yeah, that's what they do in the movie Porky's the Next Day, and yeah, it's a very funny movie in my opinion. And you can't just watch the first movie and not watch the other two, and we'll get to the third one here shortly. But I love this sequel. I'd highly recommend that you watch it. Is it as good as the first movie? No, it's not good. The first movie, in my opinion, is flawless. But this movie, I give it a 8 out of 10 and 2 thumbs up. And I recommend that you watch it. I really enjoyed it. So, the comment section below, if you've seen this movie, give me your thoughts and opinions. And let me know, did you like this one better than the original or vice versa? Just let me know. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell icon, and let's talk about movies. I also do movie reviews on Facebook as well. Typically, I do the new reviews on Facebook, but I'll start doing them here on my YouTube channel as well. As soon as I can to make my channel look better and more professional, I will do that. Right now, I'm just recording on a little 10-inch iPad here. So until I get fancy equipment and all those other things everybody else has, I am limited to what I can do. But I'm still going to talk about movies, do top 10s and all that. So other than that, I thank you guys for watching this movie review, and look forward to my review of the third and final film of the trilogy here shortly. So until next time, I thank you for watching, and check you later.